Is release possible? That is the question on many lips right now after fresh reactions from the presidency regarding Nnamdi Kanu's case. The atmosphere is serious, conversations are intense, and expectations are high. What President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has just signaled is not an emotional statement, not a dramatic announcement, but a clear institutional position. The central message coming from the presidency is simple. The matter remains before the courts, and the executive arm of government will not interfere with ongoing judicial proceedings. In very clear language, this means the president is not stepping in directly at this stage. For supporters who were hoping for a sudden release announcement, this position feels disappointing. For others who believe strongly in the rule of law, it feels consistent. When a case is active in court, that is, the president has the choice either to intervene politically or to allow the legal process to run its full course. What we are seeing now is a deliberate choice to let the judiciary continue without executive interruption. This does not automatically mean release is impossible. It means release, if it ever happens, must follow structured legal or constitutional steps. Now, why is this making headlines? Because earlier conversations from different stakeholders had raised hopes. Some lawmakers from the Southeast publicly appealed for a presidential pardon. Traditional leaders have also made respectful calls for reconciliation. These appeals created public anticipation. Many people interpreted them as signals that something big might happen soon, but the presidency's tone suggests caution. It signals that decisions of this magnitude cannot be rushed. Governance requires calculation. Legal advice must be considered. Security implications must be evaluated. Political consequences must be weighed carefully. Supporters argue that a political solution could help reduce tension in certain regions. They believe a gesture of reconciliation could improve national unity. On the other hand, critics argue that bypassing court processes could weaken institutions. These two positions are both strong and emotional. The presidency appears to be positioning itself on the side of institutional stability. That approach protects the image of separation of powers. It shows consistency. But consistency can sometimes be interpreted as rigidity, depending on who is listening. Nigeria is a diverse country. Regional feelings matter. The historical experiences matter. When a high-profile case like this remains unresolved for a long time, it naturally generates tension. That tension does not automatically mean instability, but it does mean public engagement is high. Another important factor is political timing. Leaders think ahead. They consider elections, alliances, and national cohesion. Any decision in a sensitive case like this can influence public trust in different parts of the country. Observers are also watching the appeal process closely. Legal teams continue to explore procedural arguments. Courts examine these arguments carefully. Even small legal shifts can change the direction of public debate. But right now, there has been no official announcement of release, no executive order, no pardon declaration. What we have is a firm statement emphasizing legal procedure. Now let us ask the deeper question. Why is the presidency stressing the rule of law so strongly? One reason may be to avoid the perception of political pressure controlling decisions. Governments generally want to appear steady and principled, not reactive. Another reason could be long-term institutional credibility. If one administration overrides the judiciary in a sensitive case, future administrations may feel empowered to do the same. That can create instability in the legal system. However, supporters continue to express hope. They believe dialogue remains possible. They believe constitutional powers exist for a reason. These hopes are not disappearing. It is important to remember that a presidential pardon, if considered, is usually framed as an act of mercy after legal processes have matured. It is not typically used while a case is actively contested. That context matters. At the same time, politics is dynamic. Public mood can influence leadership tone. If conversations shift significantly, government language may also shift. That is something to watch carefully. The phrase, "what Tinubu just said," reflects more of a reaffirmation than a new policy. He has consistently emphasized institutional respect. That pattern is not changing. Some analysts believe this steady approach may be designed to avoid sudden shocks to the political system. Others argue that a symbolic gesture could reduce regional anxiety. These perspectives continue to compete. Let us keep this very clear. The presidency has not closed every door. It has simply chosen not to open one immediately. That distinction is important. Again, please like this video and subscribe so you stay informed. Nigeria's democratic structure relies on checks and balances. The executive, legislature, and judiciary each have roles. When tension rises, maintaining those roles becomes even more important. As citizens, it is wise to focus on verified updates rather than emotional headlines. Responsible discussion strengthens democracy. Heated speculation weakens it. The coming months could bring clarity. Court rulings may advance. Political conversations may evolve. New appeals or advisory opinions could emerge. All of these factors shape the landscape. For now, the answer to is release possible is this. It is legally possible under certain constitutional routes, but there is no immediate indication that such a move is being executed. The presidency is signaling patience and institutional process. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more updates.